Hello everyone and welcome on into another LEGO review on my channel. Today we're checking out set 76208, The Goat Boat. This is the second set from the Thor Love and Thunder movie and retails for $80 in Canada and $60 in the US. Set comes with 564 pieces, and this is actually really the only set you really need to get from the wave of Thor Love and Thunder sets. The only other one they have is, I think it is $30, and comes with a really weird looking build, but comes with 3 of the minifigures that are already in the set. So if you have an extra $50, just pick up this set. It's just so much better. This, you get an accurate build of the goat boat, which is used in the movie, as well as the goats at the front and 5 amazing minifigures. But without further ado, let's get into the review. Starting off with the side builds here, you have the 2 goats that come in the set and that kind of run the ship itself. This is Tooth Gnasher and Tooth Grinder, I believe. And for what you're trying to accomplish here, 2 giant goats, it is amazing here. For the build, you have 2 different colored goats. This one with tan and white color scheme, and this one with black and reddish brown color scheme. And what's amazing about them is they come with a printed inverted tile for the face, which I think is just amazing here because LEGO doesn't like to do printed tiles anymore. And it's really annoying because when you get this, you're like, oh great, it's a printed tile, and then you have a sticker on the back there, which is a bit annoying as they could have done the same thing that they did up here. But nonetheless, the builds itself are really good. The head can move back and forth there. It is attached by this little piece, which is clipped on right there. And the horns on both of them are also different. Right here you have some tan pieces that are teeth, and right here you have like some tree wisp in gray, which I think is really cool. The hooves, however, are a bit awkward, I think, as they are pretty difficult to kind of pose, and yeah, they're a bit wonky here, especially with how they're connected on these little pull pieces, but nonetheless, pretty good build. This guy is definitely my favorite over here. He has some teeth pieces representing kind of like wonky ears, I guess, which is really cool. His face is also hilarious. It is also a printed tile, and this guy also has a sticker on the back there, which is kind of disappointing, but nonetheless, they hook onto the ship through these little Technic pin grooves in there. And now we have the main build itself, the goat boat, and my goodness, this is just amazing. The attention to detail and the colors all around just fit it so well, and it's really accurate to the movie itself. Taking a look at the front here, you have the little, I guess, reins for the goats, which clip onto these pieces, which are used for their feet, and they go into the little Technic pins there, as well as you have a little bit of stickers at the front showing some Asgardian kind of welding, as well as you have a little place in here for Stormbreaker, which is really cool, as Stormbreaker kind of is the main ship's power source, basically, and the goats kind of just drive it. But up here you have this amazing dragon design for the kind of ship head, I guess, as it represents a Viking ship with the dragons, and these are, I believe it's supposed to represent 2 different heads here, and they use the Samurai X crown piece here as the little mouth that is open, as you can see there. They also use lots of pointed tiles here and grooves to symbolize the wavy shape of the dragon's neck and its pointy head, which I think is really cool. There are some stickers going down the side here with more Asgardian detailing going into the... Actually, that's pretty clean. It's a little red slope right there, as well as it says Asgard Tours with, I believe that says Ager, as well as spinning it to the other side here. It is the same thing, same stickers, and yeah. The next up, we have the main kind of like deck of the ship itself. Nothing too special here. You have some wing pieces kind of holding it together and leading up to in here, which is just a few slope pieces leading up to where you can hook Stormbreaker on there. But along the sides here, you have this really nice trim of dark red, which you can clip these little Viking shields onto. And there are 8 of these with 4 different variants here. You have a blue and tan kind of yin-yang circle right there. You have a dark red and tan cross right there, some spirally dark red and blue, as well as some blue and tan kind of crisscross right there. And I believe that is the same on the other side here, spinning it around. Yep, right there. And yeah, there's not much up in the front, but it is where you can display them kind of fighting if you want to do that. Then moving along the sides here, you have some more sticker detailing carrying the red trim, which is just these curved pieces going all around. And right here you have, I believe that's the number of the ship. I could be wrong though. Also, you have the back hull, which is really nicely smooth with all the wing pieces kind of going into this one little curved section right over here to symbolize the boat itself again, with the Viking ship as is kind of like curved like that. You also have these Ninjago mini snake heads, which are really cool, and you can use those as kind of like little statues, I guess, for this. There's nowhere to place Mjolnir or Stormbreaker back here, which is a bit disappointing. However, you do have another one of those stickers that was on the front back here, and it carries around to the side here. You have the number again, as well as the red trim going up to the snakes itself. And finally, we have the interior here, which is this little room here, which you can open up like so, as it is connected to these little Star Wars shields right in there. So let's take a look on in here on the first table right over here. We have a little map of New Asgard, which I think is really cool. Unfortunately, it is a sticker piece, and I don't know what they're doing. They used to make maps and newspapers and make them printed, but this one they just did not want to, which is a bit disappointing. But you also have a little glass of, I guess, wine or beer, as well as, I don't know what that is in the corner there. It is a shiny piece, which we don't get a lot of. I guess it could be just a gem, but you can also spin this around here, and you have a little weapon rack with, of course, the iconic fire extinguisher that is always in your Lego sets. And right here, I believe this is another weapon that you can give to Korg, or you can make any of them really use. But it is just using the same pieces that the goats use for their legs, connected to a lightsaber hilt, which is pretty cool, and that just clips on in there on those little clips there, as well as you have some more clips out here if you want to put Valkyrie's sword or Mjolnir out there. And this all folds up like so, and it creates a really nice wooden kind of teepee structure right there. And now what you can do is you can take the front here and you can grab goats and stick them on through the sides there. It's kind of weird how you kind of just impale them, but there you have it, the goat boat. Starting off with the minifigures here, we have the main character, Thor, and I am not a fan of this version. In the movie, he has this really nice black suit with a fur coat on the outside, which I think just looks so much better than this blue and gold design here. And as you can see with my minifigure with the legs down here, it is a bit torn, which makes me think I got one of the earlier sets. But he does come with leg printing as well as foot printing, with some very detailed torso printing in there, as most Thor minifigures do. He also comes with the new spongy cloth cape, as well as the same face that was used for Bro Thor, and he uses the Qui-Gon hairpiece in dark tan, which I think is a really nice inclusion here, as well as he has an alternate face expression, which shows a more happy, relaxed version of him, which I think fits him for this movie, but I feel like they maybe should have made an updated version just to make it more accurate. Also, they have a more accurate build for Stormbreaker here, which is roughly the same output as what they had with the Infinity War, but this time he's using a telescope piece as well as a bigger bud to the hammer. Is it the best that you can do with Stormbreaker? No, I feel like they should use a pole piece as well as one of those pieces that was used for the handle with the last one, as I feel like that fit him much better, but it is a better version than the Infinity War, which is a start. Taking the hair off and lifting the cape, he also has some back detail. Next up, we have Jane Foster, or the Mighty Thor, and I love this character so much. She has reddish brown pants with a lot of printing on there, as you can see there. with some dark brown creases faded into the back there, along with some silver kneecap printing and boot printing. It also carries up to the torso with some silver and tan printing there on the black torso. And I also like how they gave her gloves, whereas Thor didn't really have any, and I guess in the movie he didn't. But he did have gauntlets, so it would have been a nice inclusion if they gave him blue gloves. She also has a Mjolnir piece here, which is just the normal sledgehammer. Although I do wish there was some printing on the side there, because in the movie he is cracked. And yeah, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right that it's just a bland hammer piece. But she does come with the same cape as Thor, as well as the same piece that has been used for Natalie Portman's characters in LEGO, which is, of course, the Black Widow face, which comes in almost every single female character in Marvel or Star Wars, which is a bit annoying, but it does make up for that with this amazing hair cowl piece right here, which is her helmet attached to some blonde hair, and I think it looks amazing. There's also some bronze printing up there, which is really cool on the inside there, and she does have an alternate expression, which shows a more calm look, as well as there is some back printing, which I think looks definitely better than Thor's back printing. And it lines up with the eyes. The only weird thing is it has a nose, which kind of makes me feel a bit off, because LEGO characters, as we know, don't have noses. But it is an amazing mold and just an amazing minifigure overall. For our final caped figure, we have Valkyrie here. And this is a way better version than the one from Ragnarok and the one that came in the set earlier last year with the Endgame final battle. She uses some nice dark gray, light gray, and silver printing mixed all onto the black pants there, which is a really, really nice look there. She also uses her dagger that she's been using for all the other movies, although I do wish it was a new mold, as she kind of uses like a dragon's fang sword in this one, and it looks so it would look so cool in LEGO with a blue blade and like gold hilt. Oh my goodness. However, she does not have any sleeves, but she has some black gloves along with a nice blue cape and a new hairpiece, which is this braided back kind of like black curly hair, which I think is really cool. And I believe this is the same face expression that came in the Endgame Final Battle set, which is that little add-on pack that comes with Thor, Meek, Korg, and Valkyrie. She also has a happier expression on the back there, and has some back torso printing, which is just some more simple line work with light gray and dark gray. Then for our final exclusive minifigure, as the other one was Valkyrie, we have Korg here. And Korg uses the Kraven the Hunter kind of fur collar piece in tan, as well as uses the same head piece that was introduced with the Thor hut, I believe, and the Endgame Final Battle add-on pack, which is this rock kind of hair piece, which is one little piece that adds on to that, kind of like Tin Man. And he comes with an alternate face, which shows him smiling. And I believe there is more creases in that than the front here. Nope, never mind. I'm a bit dumb. He also has some leg printing in light gray, which I feel like it would have been better if it was like tan or dark gray. However, there is some really fine printing there with some red and blue, as well as some pocket detailing with the big ram belt on the front there, as well as some, I guess, a backpack or just harness covering that, as well as some more rock printing on the back there with the harness coming over there. And he also has this big club piece, which is a lightsaber hilt and a gold 1x1 round stud with a flower stud in light gray, which I think is really cool. And finally, we have the least detailed minifigure here, and the villain that should have gotten more love. We have Gore the God Butcher here. And there's so many things wrong with this minifigure, and it gets me so mad that they missed an opportunity with an amazing actor and an amazing minifigure like this. The head is really good. He has some scars along the top there, as well as some really scary orange eyes there. No face on the back, but there are more scars that carry on there, as well as he has some cheekbone detailing right up there, and no leg printing, unfortunately, and it should have been a robe too, which unfortunately was not added. He also should have had a cape and a cowl, but you know, you can't always be a winner. And the torso printing just looks generic. If you didn't have the little gray skin coloring under there, I would have thought it's a mummy or anything else than a Lego Marvel minifigure torso. But however, it works for a Gore minifigure. He also comes with the Knight Sword in black, which is his Necker sword. But it's not a terrible minifigure, just wish it had way more printing. Also, he doesn't have sleeves in the movie, so I feel like they should definitely give him just some regular gray arms, which would have been nice. But there you have it, my review on set 76208, the Goat Boat. Honestly, go pick it up if you haven't already. It's an amazing set, you get an amazing build, amazing piece count, and amazing minifigures. But anyways, if you guys did go on to enjoy the video, please make sure to subscribe and like the video, as it helps me reach out to more of you guys who enjoy my videos, as well as just makes me more relevant and lets me get more sets to review for you guys. But anyways, thanks.